Football for Kids podcast with me, Darren Rees. In this episode, we're going to be speaking about the extraordinarily good Roma and Argentina player, Paulo Dybala. Before we do any shout-outs and messages, a massive thank you to everyone who is replying to the podcast on Spotify. But please be aware that if you want to send a shout-out or a message in, then you'll need to do it via the email address, which is footballforkidspodcast@gmail.com. Right then, let's get on with the shout-outs and the messages, shall we? And the first one says, "Hi Darren, our names are Zion and Sammy. We live in Manchester and we support Manchester United. We play for Salford Storm FC under 8s and under 5s. We love listening to your podcast in the car, and our favourite episodes are the one on Messi and Rashford. We would love to hear episodes on Bruno Fernandes, David De Gea, Peter Schmeichel, Mo Salah and Ryan Giggs." Well, we've got one tick in a box there. Hopefully you two have listened to the episode on Mo Salah and you enjoyed it. Please give a shout out to Salford Storm under 8s and under 5s from Zion and Sammy. Well, a massive shout out to both of you, and a huge shout out to Salford Storm under 8s and under 5s, and of course to the brilliant football coaches who give up their time and do a marvellous job in those football squads. And the next one says, "Hello Darren, my name is Tommy and I live near Stotfold, Bedfordshire, and I'm 8 years old. I love your podcast and I have listened to every single episode. My favourite is the one on Cristiano Ronaldo. I support West Ham United, so please can you do an episode on Declan Rice? I'm also interested in Didier Drogba." And wait for it, it ends with the biggest sue that we've ever had. I'll give it a go. Thanks for that one, Tommy. I'm knackered now. And the next one is from Tarek. It says, "Can you please give a shout out to OLAFC, Ola FC I think that is, at Scotland. Can you give a shout out to my teammates? Their names are Rao, Lucas and Lewis. Could you also do some episodes on Mo Salah, Zinedine Zidane, Benzema, Mane and Kante and Hakimi?" Well, thanks again for your message, Tarek. Good to know that you're still listening to the podcast. And don't you worry, those ones which aren't already on the list have been added to the list. And the last one says, "Hi there, Darren. My name is Henry Pryor. I'm 6 years old and I'm a massive Arsenal fan. We've only just found your podcast, me and my mum, and I really enjoy listening to it in the car. We've told all our football fan friends about it. Please can you do a shout out to my team, Horsham Herons under 6s. Thank you. Looking forward to the next episodes. Maybe you could do one on Gabriel Jesus. He's one of my favourites. Thanks again from Henry in Horsham, West Sussex." Well, thank you so much for your message, Henry, and thank you very much for being a listener. And I love the idea of doing an episode on Gabriel Jesus. A massive shout out to everybody in your football team, and of course to your fantastic coaches as well. Well, that's all we've got time for the shout-outs and messages this week. If you want to send a shout-out in to your football team, to some of your football-loving mates, or whatever it is, just send a message to the email address, which I gave you just a short while ago, and I will get round to them eventually. Right then, it's time to get on with the episode about the brilliant Paulo Dybala. Paulo was born in Argentina in 1993 and was born into a family of mixed nationalities. His grandfather was Polish and his great-grandmother was Italian. Paulo had Italian roots which he would go on to find later on in his wonderful playing career. When Paulo was growing up, he fell in love with football quickly and was truly inspired by the thought of being a professional footballer from a young age. He was motivated and inspired by his family, who still motivate him and inspire him even today. He used to watch players on the pitch in the 90s on the television and would think to himself, "Ooh, I want to play like them. One of the biggest idols was the amazing Ronaldinho. If you haven't listened to the episode on Ronaldinho yet, it's called The Amazing Dribbler. When Paulo lived in Argentina, there was a football field behind him, and on that football field, there was regular football classes held, and many of the kids locally would be dropped off there to play football and be taught by one of the football coaches from a young age, even from the age of 3 years old. The coaches would chuck a football to them and they would run behind it, loving life to the max. When Paulo was 10 years old, he joined the youth academy of a team called Instituto, a football club in Argentina whose first team played in the Argentinian Premier Division. Paulo worked his way through the youth side, showing serious talent, hard work and determination, and in 2011 he was selected to play for the first team. When he was with the club, he was given the nickname La Joya, which in Spanish means the jewel. Dybala was sensational for the club. In his first and only season with the A-team, he scored 17 goals and was the youngest in the league to do so at the grand age of 17. He played 40 matches in total, and 38 out of those matches were consecutive ones. He broke the record in the Argentinian leagues for the most matches played by someone so young. He scored 2 hat-tricks and scored in 6 games in a row, yet again making and breaking new records. No wonder they called him the Jewel. After that season, Paulo was off to Sicily to play in the Italian top division with Palermo Football Club. Paulo's great-grandmother would have been very proud to see him following his Italian roots. When he joined the club, the president was so happy and believed in him so much that he announced to the world, "We have signed Paulo Dybala, the new Sergio Aguero." Paulo spent 3 seasons with the club, scoring goals, assisting and making game-saving tackles. His performances on the pitch and his positive and professional attitude off the pitch made him a player that the big European clubs wanted. So in 2015, he joined the Italian giants Juventus, and my goodness did he make his mark. In his opening season, he scored some unbelievable goals. There was one against Lazio, where he was outside the box, the ball came to him, he flicked it onto his knee, kneed the ball into the air, and then rocketed it into the top bins. Another absolute screamer which he scored was well outside of the box, and with his left foot, he sent the ball flying past the goalkeeper and smashing into the back of the net. The Juventus fans went ballistic. Paulo played 7 seasons for Juventus, scoring 115 goals in nearly 300 games. He was the Serie A top assist provider in one season, the Coppa Italia top goal scorer in another. He won the Italian top division in 5 out of his 7 seasons and was voted Serie A most valuable player in the whole of the league. So after 7 seasons and countless awards and trophies, it was time for a change, and Dybala was off to yet another top Italian club as he joined Roma, where he has been for 1 season and is already making a massive difference. Not only is Paulo a top club player though, he's also been representing his country of Argentina since 2015. He takes a place in the hearts of the Argentine people, as he was eligible to play for both the Italian national side and the Polish national side, but he said he felt more Argentinian than he did anything else. It would only be right to play for Argentina, and at the age of 29, he's a World Cup winner. He and his teammates won one of the most dramatic World Cup finals in the Qatar 2022 World Cup. When Paulo scores a goal, he makes a mask out of his hands as he's running to celebrate scoring. When asked about the celebration and how it came about, he said that he missed a penalty in a major game. He was devastated by missing, but he said in life we all have tough times. Nothing goes smoothly all the time. When there's rough, there's smooth. And I want to show people that sometimes we need to be like gladiators. You've got to get your gladiator mask on and be like a gladiator. I hope that you've enjoyed listening and learning about the career and story of Paulo Dybala. Not only is he an elite scoring and opportunity creating machine, but he's spreading the message that life isn't always smooth and sometimes you've got to get your gladiator mask on. So remember, if you know someone who loves football just as much as you do, then please tell them about Football for Kids. And whether you're playing football soon, watching it on the telly or pitchside, I hope that you enjoy the game. See you next time.